What's up, y'all? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. And it was a solid week, first week of playoffs. I didn't do too much. Honestly, I could have, because a lot of things I like were winning. I probably should have just been firing away, but 4-1, I will take it. Yesterday had a 5% winner on the Spurs. So overall, nice start to the playoffs for myself. Vino, great to be back with you. How's everything on your end?
Well, it's good, Skee. I had the same amount of plays for the playoffs Saturday and Sunday. 5 plays, 3 and 2 over here. Grinded out a 2.5 unit profit because the biggest play of the weekend was yesterday's Oklahoma City team total over the 115.5, which got there fairly easily. So yeah, happy to be into the playoffs now, and we'll take 60% weekends every weekend from here on out. Make a little bit of money. I'm just doing the math in my head. I don't know if we combined on some of the games, but that would be 7-3 between the two of us combined, which is, you know, if you paid already, you got some money back already.
Yeah, let's keep it going. I do want to mention something though, Rob. It's something that's bothering me.
Hmm.
I mean, I've talked about it a lot on Twitter in general, but I don't know why people think that there's only one way to do things. Like they want to dismiss every other type of way that people handicap games because it's not what they do. It's not how they have success. I just think that's wrong, and I'll continue to advocate for doing what works for you. So that's it. I'm not gonna go too much into because I keep talking about it on Twitter. Whenever I see somebody, you're gonna see me probably pop up just because I don't believe in them preaching like, their way is the only way. Any thoughts from you, Vino, or can we just move on?
Yeah, very, very quickly, Ski. I mean, I've been at it for 33 years. I've seen a lot of approaches, a lot that aren't the same as mine, but a lot that win. The perfect description of this is it's an inexact science. I know a guy who used to do it by astrology side or by biorhythms and would win off of biorhythms. And you're like, how the this guy's lucky. But to each their own, Ski. The folks who follow us on a daily basis, watch your show, know how we handicap. We're not telling you it's the right way. We're telling you it's the way we have success doing it. So we appreciate you having success the way you do it.
100%. All right, let's get to it. We have three games for today. We will go to Toronto and Cleveland. Opened up minus 8.5, and we see nine. We'll call it nine. It's all over the place between 8.5 and 9.5. Total open 224, and it's down as low as 221.5 at a shop there. As far as the injury report, quickly looks like he's still questionable. Brian is out for the Cavaliers. Um, Man, that first game, Cavs really just flexed on him. I mean, the Raptors weren't even trying to get Ingram the ball, and the Raptors really weren't playing any defense. Um, Yeah, that first I mean, is that the only game that went over? I mean, it's been a lot of unders, right?
A lot
Both
of
teams
unders.
shot lights out in that first game. I like to think there's a lot of, how do I say, a lot of focus and effort on the defensive end after a game like that. I think the market is moving the total in the right direction. What do you think, Vino?
I think you brought it up because I had a great quote from Brandon Ingram, who basically talked about they had won the season series 3-0, but that Cleveland knew every set they ran, and Cleveland immediately ran to deny him the ball on defense. The reason they were able to do it is because they made so many shots. Like, this game wasn't a transition game because Cleveland made a boatload of shots and was able to get back and set up and find Ingram. Emmanuel quickly didn't play. And so if he plays tonight, that could speed Toronto up a little bit. I'm sure, game two, I wrote this in my write-up, Ski, for my top play today, but game two always has two ingredients in it for the team that's down 0-1. A sense of urgency because you're down 0-1, and B, it's a game of adjustments. You adjust to what went, wrong the first time. If you can make the adjustment successfully, you're going to be okay. But in some cases, these matchups you can't. I didn't know which way to go with this game. Toronto shot, like you said, Toronto shot lights out and still got, beaten pretty good. They did not cover. Will Cleveland shoot that way again? I'm not sure. I'm not big on props. You guys know that I don't play a lot of props, but in my mind, another quote I read from Donovan Mitchell, who basically said, between he and James Harden, they just pose too many problems for a defense to guard all at once. Do we double Mitchell? Do we double Harden? Do we trap Mitchell? Do we trap Harden? What do we do? No matter what they do, according to Donovan Mitchell, there's an answer. And you got to firmly believe him. My thought here went to the prop market, and I just feel like James Harden's points plus assists would have to be an over. Now, I looked up the number earlier. It was 27 and a half. Tried to think it out to myself. He had 22 and 10 in game one, which is 32, went way over. In order for him, now he had 10 assists, Skee, on the team shooting 54% from the field and 50% from three. So he's passing and they're making. Are they going to make at that rate again? You could throw a lot of passes, but if they don't make that many, maybe you don't get that many assists. I still think that in the playoffs, those two guards assume the roles that they've been really good at in the playoffs. Harden's been an excellent playmaker in the playoffs. Mitchell's always been a big time scorer in the playoffs. I still kind of like James Harden's points plus assists over 27 and a half. I just don't see Cleveland being able to defend that. I mean, Toronto being able to defend that.
We disagree on this game. I like less points here. I think that the Raptors are not going to be satisfied giving up, everything they gave up in that first game. And I think they can have an answer. They've been a much better defensive team than what they showed in that last game. And all I heard was guys talking about defense. So I think this one is a lower scoring game. Next one, we're going to go Hawks and Knicks, and it opened up -6. Looks like 6 still across the board. Total open 215 and a half, and that is up as high as 218 and a half. You do have both. Well, you have Landale out, and now you have a Kongwu questionable. For New York, you have OG Anunoby probable. This could just be it's Knicks or pass from a side perspective, just because I think that the size is too much and they're at home. But I mean, if Okongwu is banged up or is out, I mean, they're going to start to lose. What rim protection do you have for Atlanta? They're going to start to try to play small ball and play faster. So I could understand why the total is going up in that regard. And New York should get a lot of second chance points, I'm thinking too. I guess lean Knicks, lean over. What say you, Vino?
I will jump in on that. I like the Hawks team total over. They got to 102 in the first game. Few things here, Skee. Number one, what I just said about making adjustments and having a sense of urgency. Couple of quotes here that rang true to me. One coming from Jalen Johnson. I think coming into tonight, we kind of expected the Knicks to play their style of basketball. I think we did a good job of coming up prepared for that. And then I think in the second half, we just have to continue to play our brand of basketball, continue to play how we play. How do they play? Quinn Snyder will tell you the formula for us and our identity has been to run and move the ball. And it's not like we didn't do that, but we need to do more of it. 105 and a half is their team total. They got to 102, not playing 48 minutes the way they want to play, not making as many shots as they normally make as far as field goal percentage is concerned. So to me, I'm asking for 4 more points here from a team that is telling me they want to push a little bit more. I can see 106 here. They average 118 a game during the season, and they are a pace team. And the Knicks were able to slow them down a little bit. Skee, the Hawks. I'll just throw out some numbers here. They shot the ball every 10.8 seconds during the regular season. It was the second fastest shooting of the basketball per team in the NBA. It went down to 11.4, lost about a half a second off of that in that game one. And I think that's what Snyder's referring to. We need to just get that back. If they do, it presents a couple more opportunities. Let's say they get 3-4 more opportunities at the basket. All I need is 4 more points out of them. So I do like, and I did play Hawks team total over 105 and a half.
I'm going to give pushback. And I didn't
Yes,
play
sir.
it. I didn't play it, but I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. Who's going to control the pace in this game? Is it going to be the home team, the Knicks? Is it going to be the road team, the Hawks? I mean, if the Knicks are controlling the pace, it's going to be a crawl. And I would think they can control the pace more than the Hawks here on the road. I look at what the Knicks have been allowing lately. 102 in that last game, 96, 95, 106 to Celtics offense, 105 to the Hawks, 96. I mean, the Knicks defense has been playing good, and they don't necessarily want to run. So are you worried about who controls the pace here?
You always, I'm probably betting the number more than the styles, right? 105.5 for a team that averages 118. I'm saying, yeah, they can get to 106. It's only 4 points more than what they got the first game, and they didn't even get to play, or at least according to them, they didn't play their style enough. And when they did, they were successful. Knicks are the better team at this point. And if, like you said in the beginning, if the injury list does show at the end that they don't have a lot of rim protection, the Knicks probably do win the game. But do they win by holding this team under 105.5? I think in the playoffs, I said it earlier, and I just really believe in this, that the two things, the sense of urgency to win a game, Hawks need to play their way to try and win a game and make necessary adjustments. They seem to know what they need to do. Go out and execute it a little bit better than you did in the first game. Um, it's almost a little bit like zigzag theory, although zigzag applies to betting sides, at least the old style did. But I think I'm playing zigzag a little bit, thinking that Atlanta can do what they do best a little bit better here. 4 points worth better. And so for me, it's probably betting the number more than, thinking Atlanta will win the game.
All right, last game on the slate, Wolves, Nuggets opened up -6.5. 7 or 7.5 is what we're looking at now. Total open 230.5, and it's as high as 232. As
Mm.
far as injuries, Anthony Edwards is questionable. Peyton Watson is out for the Nuggets. You know, the Nuggets didn't play a good game. They didn't shoot well. I mean, they got to the free throw line. That's what they did well. But maybe they're rusty after being off for so long. I mean, this is a team that's won, what, 13 straight? It didn't look to be in the best rhythm. I mean, when you're winning 12 straight, you don't want a week off. But somehow they still were able to win the game. They shot worse field goal percentage than Minnesota, worse 3-point percentage, still win the game. Um, what is I mean, what can Minnesota do? I mean, are we gonna expect the Nuggets to should be that poor offensively again? I, I don't know. I think the Nuggets can blow them out, honestly. And yeah, what do you think here, Vino?
I'm pretty much on the same wavelength. Listen, what Minnesota can't do, Ski, what they absolutely can't do is have Rudy Gobert be their second leading scorer again. I mean, if that's the case, they've played a bad game. There's other guys on this team that are supposed to be getting to 20. And when Gobert's your guy, I mean, he had a good day, 8 for 9. But let's face it, there's a long history of Jokic absolutely shredding Gobert, and he did it again at 25, 13, and 11. It's crazy. And if Jokic is going to get those numbers, that means everybody's going to get shots. And if Jamal Murray could have made a shot from 3 point, he's not going 0 for 8 again, but he's not going 16 for 16 from the free throw line again. Now, I don't know. They got to find somebody who can guard this guy without putting him on the free throw line, because you might as well have given up 5 threes, right? 5 threes is only 15 points. You gave up 16 free throws. So do something different. Um, I'm gonna this thought crossed my mind, Ski, and it's kind of in the Atlanta thing. Minnesota, no, no longer than 3 weeks ago, I read an article where Bones Highland, who didn't even get off the bench hardly in this game, 5 minutes of play, was on a pretty good offensive streak and talking about how when he's paired up with Ayu Desunmo in the backcourt in a rotation, mostly second team rotation, that they love pushing pace. He loves playing with them because they go fast, faster, and fastest when they're together on the floor. Um, I don't know if if Minnesota needs to push Denver pace wise more in this game. Much like the Knicks, Denver's going to play a little bit methodical, but Denver's also going to be so efficient. They score on everybody. So I don't know. If you're Minnesota, you have to realize that you got to outscore Denver. Denver scores on everybody. I don't care who your defense is, unless you're Wemby, I guess. But I don't see a lot. And if Edwards really is, he had 22 on the injury report Saturday, come back tonight with a day of rest. We'll see. But if Anthony Edwards isn't right, Skee, 7.5 does seem like a low number against the Nuggets here.
All right, good stuff. That's the NBA card for today. So before we get over to best bets, I will do a little bit of promo, and we will start with the good old buy three, get three. That comes out to 6 days for just $69. Good way to be involved for about a week. Um, if you want to go long term, like for the entire year, we have the Ultimate All Access Pass, comes out to under $4 per day. And if you were to get Veno, for example, you'll receive a 25% bonus coupon that you can come try on myself or whatever else you would like at WagerTalk. Do want to shout this one out. Summer Spectacular All Access Pass, and just remind everybody it includes WNBA, which is coming up, UFL, which Rob does, the start of college football, tennis, and NBA, of course, as well. Now, the greatest promo of all time. We'll end it there. That's going to be with the double the NBA Court Vision 3 days for $59 and get Rob Veno and myself. Check us out. See if you want to rock with this for a longer term. 45 and 23. Who's doing it better? Rob Veno. I don't know. So that'll be the promo for today. I'll pass it to you and ask if you have a best bet for the show or anything else you'd like to promote. Let us know.
I never noticed before, but it looks like I'm wearing a watch in that promo, as if maybe I'm supposed to be Damian Lillard 45 on the
Oh,
Sixers, and maybe it's 45 times. So, and maybe we're trying to give you subtle hints in that promo, guys. I was just looking up above Ski while you were talking, just rewatching. Most everybody's seen it by now, but that highlight of Wembenyama going 94 feet last night, like in the beginning of the game, behind the back, stop, a spin on a guy. Like 6'2" guys can't do that. And this guy's doing it at 7'5". Absolutely incredible what Wemby's doing. For me, I know we had a little pushback here. But I'm going to go with the James Harden points plus assists. No matter what they score tonight, if they don't get to 122, if they get to 112, I still feel like his assist ability, his ability to find open guys probably gets him to 28 in those two categories. So the number is 27.5. I don't play props that often, but I feel pretty strong that Harden's going to find his way to over 27.5 points plus assists combined.
good stuff from Vino. And did cash my 5% yesterday, and I will let you guys know that I've already posted my next one. It is not for tonight, but if you want to get ahead of things, my 5% is up and available. For the best bet for the show, I'll go back to the first game we talked about, Toronto and Cleveland. I played it under 223.5. The best number you can get right now is 222.5. I think that's still good enough. You just look at how well both teams shot last game. First of all, 48 and 50% from three. You're going to get some shooting regression there. Both teams combined for 63 free throws. It's going to be a focus for both teams to not put the other team on the line after a game like that. So I see a really defensive focused game. I'm going Toronto and Cleveland under. That's my best bet for the show. Vino, always appreciate you taking the time to cap these games. Helps my process. I'm sure we're helping some others out there as well. Chat, we appreciate you guys. A lot of great cappers and great people, and you all help make the show what it is. So I just want to let you know you appreciate it. Best of luck to all of you on all of your action. We'll be back again tomorrow.